Hello and welcome to Southern Comfort Knits. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I will be talking about knitting, crochet, and I think that's all that I'm doing right now, but I have found some other crafty things that I might be falling down the rabbit hole of, but I'll save that for a future episode. Today, this is episode 5, and I am a North Carolinian. I live in Charlotte. I've been here for about 9 years and lived the rest of my previous life in Pennsylvania. So I'm here. I love it. I am not experiencing all the snow that the rest of the U.S. is. We've had a little bit of snow, more than previous years, but really not too much. I will take an inch or two of snow any day over the multiple feet of snow that we used to get. And honestly, I feel like every time my husband was traveling for work is when we would get the 3 to 4 feet of snow. Anyway, I'm already off on a tangent. But this is my podcast where I talk about all of the fiber adventures that I am on right now. And I will tell you what I'm working on, what I'm planning, and I will talk about books today. I will also talk about acquisitions, and yeah, I think that's my agenda for today. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you like what you see today, please feel free to like and subscribe and come back again for my next episode. So I have been dealing a little bit with a repetitive stress, not an injury, but I guess just ongoing carpal tunnel issues. So I have not gotten as much knitting as I would like to get done this month. I have some things to show you, but I've been trying to ease up a bit, but man, it is hard. I really don't know what to do with myself if I'm not knitting. I feel like I have to do something when I'm watching TV. And if I'm not watching TV, then I'm obviously working. So especially right now where we're not going out a ton, it's very hard. So I will show you what I have worked on so far this month. And my first FO, and for those of you that are not knitters, and I have a few subscribers that are my friends and family that are not knitters, an FO is a finished object. And my first one is the everyday hat. And this is Knit Picks Aloft and Palette. So it's mohair and their fingering, and it is really beautiful. I really like the hat, but it's I like my hats a little bit slouchy. So I already have started another one, but knitting is really hard on my hands. So I think I did the ribbing on the hat, so I put that aside for now. But I do love that, and that'll go in my pile to, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I won't wear it. I made another juniper cowl. I am so obsessed with this cowl. I love it so much. And this is HueLoco yarn. It was their January, I think she's doing a new series of flowers, and I think this was the first one for January, and this is Snowdrop. And I will put a picture of me wearing it here. Oh, it's so beautiful, and it's so soft, and I really love this. I like when a cowl just kind of drapes, almost like, it's not just for warmth, it's also an accessory, so I love it, and I love the way it looks. And I love the colors. I don't, as you will see from the rest of the things I'm knitting, and even if you look at my Ravelry profile, which my name is LP Pearl, I forgot to say that. My name on Ravelry is LP Pearl, and Instagram it's LP Pearl. And I will have that in the show notes. But I like to knit with color. Not very often do I knit with neutral colors, and I really need some more neutral in my life to go with all the crazy colors that I wear. So I thought this was perfect, and I love it. And the crochet was a lot easier on my arm and my hand, so it took a while, a lot longer than the first one, but I got it done this month. And then So that's it for my FOs. And the whips, which is work in process. I have, as I mentioned, the other everywhere hat, and I will have all of this linked in the show notes. And I am working on my Hexi Blanket. I got a significant portion of it put together, but I found, if you are OCD like I might be, I had originally planned it all out, but then my husband was annoyed that I had everything laid out all over the pool table. So I have been putting them together, one by one, and I found that I don't have enough colors to make a variety. Like, I don't want two of the same colors sitting next to each other, or I used a lot of random patterns, but anyway, I'm at it. I'm making some additional ones to add to it. And I actually did not have enough to make the size blanket that I want. So I will put a picture here. I've continued to add to it and add hexes and try to make it look random. So I'm still working on that. And that does not bother my arm too much. It also depends how much typing I do throughout the day. And I do a lot of typing on my computer. So there have been nights where I just sat there losing my mind. I don't know what else to do if I don't have knitting while I sit and watch TV, but like that's a real problem, right? So anyway, so that is really all that I have gotten done this month. But what I thought I would talk about, and that a lot of other podcasters are talking about, is their Make 9 for 2022. I don't know about you, but at the beginning of the year, and especially with planning projects, I get so excited about stuff and I have so many ideas and I love planning stuff, but very often I change my plans and I hardly ever finish what I think I'm going to finish. Like if I were to look back at the end of the year. So this will be an interesting test for me. So I made a 9 box probably 2 months ago because I was going to start this for the beginning of January, and some of my plans have already changed. So I will put my 9 box picture up here. I hope it fits appropriately. I'm still struggling with trying to figure out the right size for the video, so thank you for bearing with me as I learn how to do all of this stuff that probably every teenager knows how to do. But I will put the 9 box picture, and then as I talk about each project that I would like to do, I will put an individual picture so you can actually see it really well. And I will also post it on Instagram so you can see it. So since I have been back into crochet, I am super excited this year about making a kind of retro cardigan, but making it in the bright colors that I love, like these colors right here, or you can see some of the pinks that I have here. These are all pineapple yarn. Her stuff is amazing. And she lives in South Carolina, so check out her stuff. It's awesome. So I'm thinking about making like a granny square cardigan, but I'm not ready to venture down that road, but I really want to do that this year. I thought that would be so much fun. I actually saw a picture from a runway a few years ago where somebody did it with like blacks and reds, and it was so pretty. So it kind of started the seed a few years ago. So that's the first Make 9. My second Make 9 is the worm hat, WURM. And as for the crochet cardigan, I don't know that I have set. There's several patterns. I'm not sure which one. I just know I want to make a crochet cardigan. The worm hat, WURM, I want to make, and I want to make 2. So I want to make something in a neutral color, like a brown, sorry, not a brown. I hardly ever do brown. I don't like brown for me. But a black and a gray. And then I want to do a Christmas one in my, in red with green in the little cracks, as you will see. I'm going to move my number 3, Make 3 up, so I can tell you that my number 3 is make all the Christmas stuff. So as I mentioned previously, we have a lot of activities for the holidays, and I thought it would be so much fun to make some additional hats or scarves or something that we could wear for different events, whether it's going to an outdoor something at a brewery. I want to look the part. I want to look all cute, right? So I thought it would be fun to make a red and green worm. And in addition, I want to make this hat, and I don't remember the name of it, but I will put it in the show notes. It's just a Christmas hat, but the pattern, I believe, says I love beer. So I want to make that for my husband, and I want to make one for myself that says I love vodka. I thought that would be so cute. So those are on my list to make for this year. So we've been through 3, and the third one is probably going to be the one that gets the most action because I am super excited about making all the Christmas things. So the fourth one that I am not confident is going to happen, but I'm going to put it on my list because this is something that I would really like to do. Although it's funny, it's been on my list for many years. I want to make a brioche something. I want to make a brioche hat. I figured that would be the easiest place to start, but of course I don't want to just make a single color hat. I want to make a 2-color hat. So I bought a Craftsy class probably 5 years ago, and I still have not sat through it and watched it. I don't know what my problem is. I feel so intimidated by it. I know once I start doing it, just like anything else, it's not going to be a big deal. I don't know. I feel like I don't have the patience. That's probably what I should be doing on the nights when I can't knit. I'm going to have to write myself a note. But anyway, so brioche is number 4. Number 5. Oh, and I was supposed to be showing you yarn. Oh, well, that's all right. I'll start here. So number 5 is a lace shawl. So my friend stopped knitting. One of my friends stopped knitting, which has made me so sad, but also very joyous because she gave me all her yarn. So I would like to make a lace shawl out of this. And this is Miss Babs lace. I can't tell if it's Yet. Y-E-T. Is that the color? I don't know. Hold on. I put my glasses up here for a reason. Yeah, Y-E-T. That's weird. But anyway, so isn't that gorgeous? I have another one. But as you will see from the rest of the things that I'm going to show you, I have a problem with pink right now. I do love bright pink, and it will show in just a moment. I can't stop knitting pink stuff. So that is just a random lace shawl. I have a couple patterns picked out, but I would like to use what I have. That's another theme this year. I'm not promising that I'm not going to buy any yarn, but I would like to use what I have because I have really beautiful yarn. We all do, right? We buy it because we love it. And then, you know, something shinier comes along and I must bring it home with me. Okay, so number 6 is a crochet scarf. Last year, and I will put a picture up here, everyone was making the Ziggy, I think it was last year, the Ziggy Interrupted. And I just wasn't quite ready, but I knew that I love that pattern. And I have so many leftovers or random skeins that I purchased that I would love to use to make that scarf. So that is on my list of things to do, and I'm really enjoying crocheting again. It's been a long time. Well, I don't even know that I've really, knitting is my main thing, so I've really been enjoying crocheting this year, so I would like to do more of that. So my next project, and I'm ready to start this one, I'm so excited about it, is the Bubble Cardigan by Stephen West. I even swatched. I don't ever swatch. So this is the sample, and I will put the picture up here so you can see it. And then this is the sample. And I did this sample probably about 3 weeks ago, and I hate this color right here. This is one of those variegated colors, so I don't like the inconsistency of it. Like this, you could is a variegated, but you could see I feel like it's more consistent than this one. So I bought another color. which is this one, to replace it. And this is Lolo did its, it's a Meatloaf song since Meatloaf just passed away. Anything for Love? So I'm going to replace that weird one so it's more consistent. And there's another dark one to add in there. So I'm super excited about this one. And I'm hoping that I will be able to do a little bit every night. We'll see how much I can get through with my arm pain. But oh, I'm so excited. So excited about it. But anyway, so that was number 7. And it's all pinks. I know, crazy. So number 8 is another pink one. It's Graphica by Casapinka, and I will put that up here. So this is what I was talking about. I'm already hesitating on that one because, as you can see, it's all over color work. It doesn't really get warm enough here in North Carolina for me to wear something like that. As much as I love it, and I love the idea of the whole thing being pink, I'm already thinking about just doing color work on the yoke, because that way it won't be double fabric all the way down. So I think I am going in that direction. I have not found a new pattern. And here's the yarn. This is Noro. Noro. Let me see. Geishi, and I have a black DK. I don't remember, some generic black DK that I bought. Once I start working on it, which probably won't be for many months, I will share that with you. But I think that's a better plan for me. But one thing I also want to do is, I will put the picture back up if you didn't notice. She made a pattern for the dog. Oh my God, how cute would that be if I make my dog a matching sweater? So I think that kind of solidified the plan, so that I can make 2 probably out of this. Okay. So that was actually 9 because I moved up make more Christmas stuff. So those are my make 9 for 2022. I feel pretty confident that I will make most of them. Like I said, brioche might be the only one hanging out there that I might not get to, but I actually am going to put at the bottom of this list, or maybe I will put alongside brioche is watch the brioche video, so I can at least, I've seen lots of tutorials but never watched them all the way through. I don't know, it just feels very fiddly to me. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining about it. I'm just going to try it. So those are my make 9. Let me see what else I have to talk about. So before I go into books, I'll keep it all fibery stuff. Did I miss one? Hold on a second. I brought over yarn that I was going to show. Oh yeah, I did. I totally screwed up the order. I think that moving the Christmas one up screwed up the whole order. The other one I have on here, this is my Ravelry bag. For those of you that have been Ravelry users for 100 years like I have, they used to sell products. This is my Ravelry bag. Look how cute! And then a little, oh no, I have a little pin somewhere. I can't remember their dog's name. This dog is long gone to across the Rainbow Bridge, but this was, God, I probably have had this 10 years. But the Pixelated Cardi, and I'll put a picture up here. This is a knit collage pattern. And I've always wanted to do knit collage, but honestly, I think their projects are just a little too expensive for me. And I've always wanted to do one. So I've had my eye on this Pixelated Cardi pattern for a long time, and it just became available. Previously, you had to buy it in a kit, or you had to buy the kit to get the pattern, and it became available. So I had bought, over the years, a ton of random yarn on Etsy, and I thought it would be awesome to make that cardi with. I have this, which is a Malabrigo Rasta, and I have this sari yarn. So the sari yarn will be the purple will be the main cardi, and then the pink will be the other, I can't the speckles, or the, the little specks you see throughout it. So I'm excited about that. So that now completes the Make 9. Okay, I knew I was missing something. All right, so let's talk about acquisitions, Stash-quisitions. So I get on kicks, as you will see. Last year, my kick was pineapple yarn. Not that I'm not getting pineapple yarn. I just have not subscribed to to receive it monthly, but I go in and purchase it monthly if I like the color. So this was HueLoco's January color, and these are mini sets. This is HueLoco's. This is not a monthly set. I think this is just available for purchase, and this is Beatnik and Chinchilly. So, like I said, I'm trying to get away from my usual bright, crazy colors. So this will be my second neutral purchase of the year. Aren't you so proud of me? But I still think it's fun. I could wear that with like black or gray. That would be awesome. So this is the February Flora color, and this one is, sorry for all the crinkling, I'm not ready to take it out yet because I'm not ready to use it. This is Primrose, HueLoco February Primrose, and look at this one. This does scream me. Hello! Oh my God. Right? Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. So, that is the rabbit hole that I am now falling down, is HueLoco. Not even sorry about it. I love it. Okay, so this completes the knitting portion of my podcast. If you have made it this long, thank you so much. Come back and see me again. I'm going to talk about some books now that I've been reading. I am an avid book lover, and let me pull up the list. I was going to write them down, but I was lazy. I am on Goodreads, and my name on Goodreads is Lori, Lori, if you want to find me and be my friend. So, I belong to a book club in my neighborhood, and the first book club of the year was The Ghostwriter by, hold on, here we go again. A.R. Torre, Torre, and I will put this down below. And it was a fantastic book. Oh, so good. A little bit sad. But I like that not every book has to have a perfect happy ending, because this is life. But what I will tell you is that it was a very well written book and has a great story to it. I think it's worth reading to get to the end. I am not always good at guessing the story plot or the villain or whatever you want to call it. This one I totally did not see coming. So very good book. I highly recommend it. The next one I read, and this was, I think this might have been an Audible freebie. You know how sometimes they give out freebies or they're like $1. Exit Interview with My Grandmother. Now, I'm not sure if it's worth listening to this one, but what I wanted to tell you was, if you haven't thought of this, a few years before my grandmother went into a nursing home because she couldn't take care of herself and she was still living in her house, I would go through her pictures with her and just ask her to tell me who the person was in the picture and to tell me the story. I wish I would have done more of that. I wish I would have done that with my mother before she passed away. I just think it's so important for us. Well, if it's not important to you, then it's important for me to know the story. I feel like, at least in my family, things were very hush-hush, and they did not want to talk about when they came to this country, how it was. We were not, I don't even know if my grandparents on either side were middle class. So they didn't want to talk about that. They wanted to talk about different things. So what I loved about this book and what I'm telling you is if you still have family members around that you would like to know more about, ask them. And so the book is about that, where she spends time with her grandmother, asks her to tell her stories, and she learns so much about her grandmother's life that she didn't know. And that is probably one of my biggest regrets in life. But, you know, you don't always think of these things when you're younger, and there's a million other priorities. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. So I'm an HR professional, as well as just a seeker of knowledge is how I like to explain it. And I like to educate myself. You know, I always feel like I have the best intentions with everything, and I am not someone who would discriminate in any way. But I think what the last couple of years have shown us, with all the racial tensions, is that even if you think you aren't, you might. So I've been doing my own self-exploration and reading, and this book was not born out of that. It was just looking for a new book, but it's called We Are Not Like Them. And it is about two best friends, one white, one African-American, who grew up together, were super close, and as they get older, there are some divisions that occur because of race. So I think it's interesting to see both sides and to hear both perspectives. And in the end, and I don't know if this is a true book, but they learn to be more open to each other. It's not something they had ever previously talked about. And they open up to each other, talk about it, and eventually enrich their relationship and have a deeper relationship. So it did win some type of award. This might have been a Reese Witherspoon recommendation, but it's a fantastic book. So I suggest for that. So Professor Pearl is another podcast I watch, and she was doing a knit along and read along, and she suggested this book. And as much as I want to love it, I really don't. I'm going to try to give it, I'm probably about an eighth of the way through, but I just had to stop it. But it's called Real Men Knit. I am going to go back to it and give it another try. I feel like I didn't give it enough time, but something has to hook me right away or it kind of loses me. So, you know what? I'm going to save that for next month because I am going to force myself to try to read it. Okay. The other book that I read, and this was a recommendation from, I listened to the Celebrity Podcast by Chelsea Devantez. I think I'm saying her name right. And she does a podcast about celebrity memoirs, which I freaking love so much because although I am not someone who loves all the drama and I don't watch reality TV, I like to hear about it. And I want someone to give me the Cliff Notes version of the drama. And this is what that is. Some of the books I have read, but this was on there, and it wasn't because it's a celebrity memoir. It is just a book written by an African American about her sister. It's a two-sister journey, and the book is called "You'll Never Believe What Happened to Lacey: Crazy Stories About Racism." And on the podcast, they talked about some of the things. So I immediately bought it that day on Audible and listened to it. It's a 6-hour book, so it's pretty fast. It is hilariously, shockingly horrific. She's a fantastic writer. And the audiobook, I suggest if you like audiobooks, get the audiobook and listen to it because it is hysterical. It is the two sisters interacting. The book that the sister is about seems to be a bit more shy. The person who writes it is a comedy writer on Seth Meyers' Late Night. I can't remember the name of his show. She's hysterical. They're both hysterical, but their stories are so shocking to me that this type of behavior still happens. I just feel like I want to apologize to everyone on behalf of white people. I just can't believe it. But anyway, I suggest if you like comedy, if you like sister stories, if you want to be a better person to try to learn, I feel like most of what they have to say are pretty egregious scenarios, but it definitely will make you think. But anyway, I think you should look into it, and I will put the link below. It's a fantastic book. I think that's it. I can't believe how fast this went for me. Usually I feel like it takes forever, but so we'll see. We'll see how things go for me over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll be able to knit more, crochet more. I started taking turmeric and some Move Free, so I'm hoping that will help my joints. Part of it definitely is my left arm, so I don't know that I can do about that. But anyway, so we're coming up on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. What else is happening? I hope if you have the President's Day off this month, I hope you enjoy it. And have a great couple of weeks, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, and thank you so much for stopping by.